Have you ever wondered how the expression couch potato came about? You know the type of people, the ones who can sit and watch TV all day without much movement. There is a reason that they are given the nickname the mind control box. Well, the fabled picture box is nothing more than a means to control the masses by manipulating your nervous systems with certain electromagnetic frequencies pulsed through TV screens and computer monitors. Patent number US 6506148B2 specifically relates to the physiological response from humans when their skin is stimulated by electromagnetic fields in the half Hz and 2.4 Hz frequencies. Physiological effects were observed in a human subject in response to stimulation of the skin with weak electromagnetic fields that are pulsed with certain frequencies, such as to excite a sensory resonance. Many computer monitors and TV tubes, when displaying pulsed images, emit pulsed electromagnetic fields of sufficient amplitudes to cause such excitation. It is therefore possible to manipulate the nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed on a nearby computer monitor or TV set. For the latter, the image pulsing may be embedded in the program material, or it may be overlaid by modulating a video stream either as an RF signal or as a video signal. The image displayed on a computer monitor may be pulsed effectively by a simple computer program. For certain monitors, pulsed electromagnetic fields capable of exciting sensory resonances in nearby subjects may be generated even as the displayed images are pulsed with subliminal intensity. This patent isn't the only experiment into mind control carried out by our governments. During the 1950s and 1960s, the CIA conducted experiments under the project name of MKUltra. Project MKUltra, sometimes referred to as the CIA's mind control program, is the code name given to a program of experiments on human subjects, at times illegal, designed and undertaken by the United States Central Intelligence Agency. Experiments on humans were intended to identify and develop drugs and procedures to be used in interrogations and torture in order to weaken the individual to force confessions through mind control. Organised through the Scientific Intelligence Division of the CIA, the project coordinated with the Special Operations Division of the US Army's Chemical Corps. The operation began in the early 1950s, was officially sanctioned in 1953, was reduced in scope in 1964, further curtailed in 1967, and officially halted in 1973. The program engaged in many illegal activities, including the use of unwitting US and Canadian citizens as its test subjects, which led to the controversy regarding its legitimacy. MKUltra used numerous methodologies to manipulate people's mental states and alter brain functions, including the surreptitious administration of drugs, especially LSD, and other chemicals, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, verbal and sexual abuse, as well as other forms of psychological torture. The scope of Project MKUltra was broad, with research undertaken at 80 institutions, including 44 colleges and universities, as well as hospitals, prisons and pharmaceutical companies. The CIA operated through these institutions using front organisations, although sometimes top officials at these institutions were aware of the CIA's involvement. As the US Supreme Court later noted, MKUltra was concerned with the research and development of chemical, biological and radiological materials capable of employment in clandestine operations to control human behaviour. The program consisted of some 149 sub-projects, which the agency contracted out to various universities, research foundations and similar institutions. At least 80 institutions and 185 private researchers participated. Because the agency funded MKUltra indirectly, many of the participating individuals were unaware that they were dealing with the agency. Project MKUltra was first brought to public attention in 1975 by the Church Committee of the US Congress and a Gerald Ford Commission to investigate CIA activities within the United States. investigative efforts were hampered by the fact that CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all MKUltra files to be destroyed in 1973. The Church Committee and Rockefeller Commission investigations relied on the sworn testimony of direct participants and on the relatively small number of documents that survived Helms' destruction order. In 1977, a Freedom of Information Act request uncovered a cache of 20,000 documents relating to Project MKUltra, which led to Senate hearings later that same year. In July 2001, some surviving information regarding MKUltra was declassified. If TV screens, computer monitors and other nefarious means can be used to manipulate human nervous systems, then I am confident that scientists can easily adapt this methodology into other technologies. What about the use of mobile phone towers, army vehicles and even HAARP? The High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program was the subject of conspiracy theory ridicule in the media for some time. However, as recently as June 2015, David Walker, Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Air Force for Science, Technology and Engineering, dropped a huge bombshell when asked a question by Lisa Murkowski about the dismantling of the $300 million research program. He said, and I quote, "This is not an area that we have any need for in the future, and it would not be a good use of Air Force research funds to keep HAARP going. We're moving on to other ways of managing the ionosphere, which the HAARP was really designed to do." If our governments and scientists can control the weather, then there is no doubt that they have the capability of controlling our minds. When many conspiracies start coming true, it is humbling to realise those tinfoil hat guys were right all along. So, what do you think of mind control? Does the existence of the pattern to control nervous systems bother you? Perhaps next time you may think twice before sitting in front of it for a few hours of relaxing watching your favourite programme. Whatever you think, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this subject, so why not leave a comment? Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next Strangeries episode. Thanks for watching.